Welcome to the System 2000 Display Energy Manager diagnostic video. I think you'll find this video to be quick and informative and a great tool in diagnosing and seeing what's happening with the system. Remember, the lights on the manager and the display screen are there to help you, and they're a great service aid. They will tell you exactly what's happening with the system.
Before we get started, here are a few quick tips. The burner will not run unless there is a thermostat call or a call from the domestic hot water tank thermostat. The manager cannot cause a burner lockout. The E100 message indicates the sensor is not communicating with the manager. Do not replace the manager. Check the manager sensor wiring instead. The burner and circulator remain on as the boiler is running in service board mode. After 10 minutes, the burner and circulator shut off and the E100 message becomes an E190 message, meaning the outputs will open after 90 seconds and will only run with an active call for heat or hot water. This is commonly known as classic mode.
Here's a pro tip for you. E100 can also be used for overall system diagnostics. At any time, you can force the boiler into manual maintain temperature operation, also known as service board mode, allowing you to diagnose possible burner or system issues. Turn the power off, disconnect the red sensor wire, and turn the power back on. E100 will be displayed for 10 minutes. The main circulator and inducer, if enabled, will run continuously, and the burner will run to the high limit. Any thermostat call will immediately open the respective zone valve. Remember to reconnect the sensor when you're done.
The E150 message suggests that a possible boiler side blockage or burner lockout has occurred and the boiler has entered classic mode. During this time, the manager will cycle the output to check if the return temperature has reached 100 degrees. After 15 minutes, if the boiler still hasn't reached operating temperature, the E150 message will become an E140 message. At this point, the circulator will remain on, the BB contact to the burner will open, and the zone valves will open to prevent freezing. Finally, do not jumper or apply voltage to test the manager. To troubleshoot the system, follow these simple steps. Look at the manager. See what it's telling you is supposed to be happening, and see if it's happening, and if not, find out why. If you don't find the problem, perform the 2-minute display manager diagnostic to check all manager functions. This will be demonstrated later in the video. As a quick overview, the left-hand side of the manager is the input side from the thermostats. The right-hand side of the manager is the output side, which indicates zone valve operation, inducer, the burner, and the main circulator operation. Let's go through a typical heating cycle. With no thermostat calls, the manager is off. The power light remains lit while the system is idle. When a thermostat calls, the input light turns on, the burner and circulator lights turn on, and the system begins its preheat mode. The burner fires, and water smoothly and evenly preheats the boiler. Once the return temperature is above 140 degrees for oil and 150 degrees for gas systems, the zone output light turns on and the heating zone begins to heat. When the thermostat is satisfied, the thermostat light turns off and the burner light turns off. The manager keeps the circulator on and begins purging the energy left in the boiler and piping system to the last open zone. Once this energy has been recovered, the zone and circulator lights turn off and the boiler returns to the idle state. Remember that there is a burner restart delay, so if another thermostat call comes quickly, the burner will not restart immediately. Also, if the return temperature drops low enough to cause condensing from colder water returning to the system, the burner will continue to run, all zone outputs turn off, and the manager will again preheat the boiler to either 140 or 150 degrees. Now, let's take a look in more detail at the manager inputs and outputs. These are the thermostat input lights. These lights indicate when a thermostat or tank aquastat is calling and only come on when there's an external connection. If the light is not on, check the thermostat and the thermostat wiring. If the light is on, the thermostat is calling. These are the zone output lights. If the light is on, the zone valve should be open. For hot water, the bronze circulator should be running. If the zone valve is not open with the light on, check the zone valve and zone valve wiring. For hot water, check the hot water relay, wiring, and the bronze circulator. This is the power vent inducer output. This light should only operate if option switch 2 is on. If the light is on, the inducer should be running. If the light is on and the inducer is not running, check the inducer relay, and any related wiring. This is the burner output. This light indicates that the TT contact is made on the burner. If the light is on, the burner should be running. If the light is on and the burner is not running, check the burner, the limit aquistat, wiring, burner main circulator relay, and the burner service switch. This is the burner main circulator output. This light indicates 24 volts is applied to the main burner circulator relay coil. If the light is on, the main circulator will be running and the burner primary control should have line voltage. If the light is on and the circulator is not running, check the burner main circulator relay, the circulator, and associated wiring. So again, look at the manager. These are the input lights. These are the output lights. See what it's telling you is supposed to be happening and see if it's happening. If it's not, find out why. If you don't find the problem, perform the 2-minute display manager diagnostic to check all functions. We'll go through that now. The 2-minute display manager diagnostic can really be done in less than about 30 seconds, and it's 3 simple steps. Remember that most no heat problems are not caused by the manager. Before replacing the manager, we advise performing this procedure to verify proper manager operation. Step 1. Make sure you have no thermostat calls. Either turn the thermostats down or disconnect them after labeling the zones. Step 2. Turn the service switch off for 5 seconds. Now turn the service switch on while carefully observing the display. The display manager startup self-test should run for about 2 seconds. Let's take another look. This proves that the display is working and that the processor is also functioning properly. You're well on your way to knowing that the manager is doing exactly what it should. Step 3. Turn the service switch off again for 5 seconds. This time, we'll focus on the output lights. The output lights should briefly light at random, then all the output lights will turn on and off. The power light will remain on. Let's see that again. Once all the outputs have turned on, the output lights will go out, leaving only the blue power light on. This proves that the output lights and outputs are working. The lights, except for the burner, are in the output circuit, so 24 VAC should be present. This also provides a second confirmation that the processor is working. Let's take one more look. If an output light stays on, turn the service switch off. Disconnect the right-hand quick connector and cycle the power again as in step 3. If the problem persists, call tech support or replace the manager. If the problem goes away, there is a problem with the output wiring. Check all the wiring and reconnect the quick connector and repeat step 3 again until the problem is resolved. You're done! The manager is functioning properly. Remember to reset your thermostats to the original set point and make sure your burner and system switch power is on.
Congratulations! You have now completed the Display Energy Manager diagnostic video. I'm sure you'll agree it's quite a simple and effective tool.